What's up, guys, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Cocktail Countdown here at the Bartender Hideout. Today we're really getting into the final stretch here. This is episode number 40, so we're down to our final 10 episodes. As you guys know, what we're doing here is part of Drinks International Top 50 Most Popular Drinks of 2020. Yes, I know it's not 2020 anymore, but just bear with me. The list is almost done. Okay. We have the old man telling us a little bit about the Tom Collins, about the history, or I hope he's going to tell us a little bit about it at least. And then afterwards, I'll be making it for you guys, showing you how it's done, and having a sip myself to tell you if you should give this one a try or not. But for now, let's kick it over to the old man.
Hi there, and welcome back to Storytime with Uncle Bob. Today we will be having a chat about the Tom Collins, which, if I remember correctly, was first published in Harry Johnson's 1882 book. Get ready for this title. New and Improved Bartender's Manual, or How to Mix Drinks of the Present Style. Not kidding. He probably wasn't that original in making up his titles. There was actually, in this book, there was two recipes for a Collins. You had the John Collins and you had the Tom Collins. Whereas the John Collins was described as having Holland gin, which would be most likely Genever. And then the other recipe would be called Tom Collins, which is obviously made with gin, which I'm sure Koen will show you in a little bit as well. Also, within that time frame, there were some early recipes with whiskey in the Tom Collins, which nowadays really just comes down to it being made with gin and not so much with the whiskey anymore. Then if we have a look at the origins of this drink, it is actually most likely American, but it could also be from the UK, since they are willing to fight for this drink as well. But as so often when it comes to alcohol, the origins get lost, or the story get lost. And then there was the big Tom Collins hoax of 1874. This is actually a very funny story that I came across. What happened is there was this guy in New York. He wanted to prank his friend. So what he did is when he came and met him down the street, he went, "Hey, did you know about this Tom Collins dude talking shit about you?" And obviously his friend was like, "Wait, what? Do I know a Tom Collins? Who is this guy?" His friend told him, "Go to the bar. Tom Collins is there talking shit about you." And I guess this was a fun way to get people to go around and having to end up in a bar asking for some dude that wasn't there. I mean, you have to do something in the 1800s to keep yourself entertained. Then by 1878, there was actually a rise in popularity of the drink, especially in New York. There were a lot of people drinking the Tom Collins there, both in the way of gin, but also when with whiskey or with brandy, which was also apparently a thing. And that was kind of the more fancy way of drinking this Tom Collins. Who is not so fancy? You know it. It's good. Let's throw it back over to him.
Okay, thank you, Uncle Bob, who says something about fancy while wearing shorts. Yeah. Okay, so for this cocktail, let's get down to business. We will be needing a shaker that I have here, obviously. And this one is actually one of the classics that I learned way back when I first started making cocktails. One of the super easy recipes, one you can easily make at home for sure. Let me show you how it's done. So with this one as a gin, I will be using a Hendrix gin today. It's basically the only gin that I had on hand today. Yeah, no, this was just I think this was the right pick for today. So, whoop, fresh one. So when we make this Tom Collins, I'm gonna start off with 60 milliliters of gin. I'll add to our shaker tin, or 2 ounces for everyone that's keeping track. Then I have my freshly squeezed lemon juice that we will be adding as well. And all we need for this one is 1 ounce. And as a final ingredient that goes straight into our shaker, we will have our sugarcane syrup or simple syrup, whatever you want to call it. And we'll add 15 milliliters or half an ounce. So basically you half every single measurement both 3 times. So we'll need some ice. Give it a shake. There we go. And then I have a glass that I haven't really been using yet on this cocktail countdown. Our trusty Collins glass. And we'll ice that up all the way. And just straight pour that out. And there we go. And what we want to do is top it up with some sparkling water. And easy as that, we have our Tom Collins. Obviously needs a garnish, so add a dehydrated lemon wedge in this case. And there we go, guys. That's our Tom Collins. Okay, let's have a taste and see what we made of it. I mean, in a lot of ways, this one is obviously very similar to an episode that we made before. I think I already said this in that episode as well, the Gin Fizz episode. I must say the Hendrix gin really makes a difference as well. It has those cucumber infusions that they use in the Hendrix that really makes it just that little bit more fresher, I guess. So that really helps. But yeah, as I said, this is definitely a classic, and just the combination of gin with a citrus and some sugar, yeah. As easy as it might seem, it definitely works. I agree with it maybe being a little bit lower on the list because it isn't something super spectacular or whatever. But it definitely seems to work, and I see why it is on this list, because it is one of the true classics that most people will know of, if you're in the business at least. So it's interesting enough for sure. I definitely would say try this at home. Give it a little go. As I said, pretty easy to make, so you only basically need the gin as a booze, so should be easy enough, right? Yeah, and I think that's all I'm gonna give to you guys for this week. Definitely make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video if you enjoy it. Also smash that subscribe button, because most of you that are watching are actually not subscribed, so definitely make sure to do that. It will help us out a lot. And for now, that's all I have for you, and I guess I'll see you guys next week.